this is Sohini from Dabble and welcome to episode number 7. And I am so happy that we could make it to episode number 7. Just a quick check I want to do, just to check if the music is in. Just a moment. Yeah, I think the music is not too high. I think, yeah, well, I think that's better. Alright, so today we'll be doing a couple of great things, but before that, as I said, that there is a surprise. So today's surprise was that we are building the Dabble Lab community. So, and for that we created the Discord channel. So we're going to leverage a lot of great stuff, especially the usage of templates and your ideas for it, what you're thinking about templates and what is your vision and what are you planning to do with our templates, every single thing. So we can have that little chat in our Discord channel. Also, I wish to see and meet you all more than just Fridays. So if you can always join our Discord channel. So that was a surprise for today. Hey Rohit, hey Chuck, thanks for joining in. We have Rohit with us, Rahul with us, sorry. We have Rahul with us. He'll be assisting you all with your questions in today's chat. And please feel free to ask him any questions, ask me any questions, and happy Friday, happy Black Friday. I hope you bought a lot of great stuff. Unfortunately, I couldn't. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I want to thank everyone sincerely for helping me grow this platform throughout all these streams, for supporting me, and for coming and visiting me and dabbling around with me. Honestly speaking, I am no pro. I am just always a beginner. That is what I call myself. But the thing is, if I had to learn, I can learn it alone. But yeah, of course, I love to learn along with you. Yeah, that's one thing I always appreciate. So, I think we are past 5 minutes. And I think today we can, I think we can start now. Great. Right, so and alright, so now we can get started. So about today, it's going to be huge. So I sat with 2 papers with me with all the points written down because I have so many things to discuss today. So before I get started, I have a request to make. So we'd be covering entity resolution today, and that's quite of a confusing topic. That is what I feel. But of course, once you understand it, it's no longer confusing. But the thing is, I have issues. I forget, I get confused, and things happen with me. So I might forget a lot of things. I might skip, or I might say something wrong. So I want you to point that out, and I want you to correct me, and I want you to help me get this set up. So if you have any points, if you have any thoughts, please write them in the comments and feel free to ask questions. So to depict what entity resolution is, I'd be going through a skill following the template that we have in Dabble Lab, and also I would run you through a skill example that I tried to build yesterday. We'll just walk through the code and we'll just check the workflow of that skill to understand this stuff better. So I have 2 skills to discuss today, which are likely almost similar, and yeah, just let me know what your thoughts are. So starting with this first big block letters that you see in here, event service skill. So I couldn't come up with a great name. But have you ever thought about something like this? About, I think most of the communities out there, especially in lockdown, everyone's coming up with an event, and they send out Qualtrics forms or Google Forms for a survey, but no one actually utilizes an Alexa to have a skill built for a survey. So I think we have a survey skill already on our developer console. If you just navigate to Amazon, developer.amazon.com, and go to this dashboard with all the skill templates. So Dabble has got two templates in there. One is the survey skill, which depicts the typical stand-up skill, and the other is the scheduler, appointment scheduler. So the event survey skill that I wanted to go through, I want to showcase the functionality of entity resolution using event survey skill. So we'll be building that skill today, but before that, let's just go and cover up some basics. So I am considering that we have experts watching me right now. We've got professionals watching us right now. We've got beginners, and there is another tiny beginner, which is me. So we have everyone mixed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk slowly, and I'm gonna dive in deeper, but initially through the basics. So when we say entity, what do we understand by entity? So normally whenever we try to point out to something which might be an object, or it could be anything. An entity could be anything. So when we try to target that stuff, that object, or whatever that element is, it is, in basic understanding, it is an entity. And resolution is how you kind of map to it, how you kind of make sense to it, how you resolve to it. So together, if you just keep the words, you can just have this little picture. You're trying to map something to something which is similar to that thing. That's the only English sentence I could have in my head right now. But when it comes to Lexi skills, I think entity resolution is similar, but there are a couple of more elements that are involved in this. Hi Harsh, hi Shubham, thanks for joining in. If you just joined in, don't forget to join our Discord channel, because we're going to build an active community. And the very first thing we prioritize is your thoughts, your opinions, and everything that you want to do. You first. So please join our Discord channel. You have the link above pinned, and you can utilize that. So coming back to Lexi skills. So I think we understand what an intent in an Alexa skill is. So intent is basically the intention of something. Suppose we have a where can I begin with to explain you better? Suppose we have a so let's just go by today's skill that we're gonna build, because I have a lot of examples, but I don't know which one to exactly point out to. So suppose we have a shop, I thought of this amazing idea that I wanted to share with you. So let's say a person wants to understand what his domain is. So how can a person actually understand his domain? With the help of his skills, right? Or is there another way you actually call yourself something unless you know what your skills are? So let's say, suppose I know Java, I know JavaScript, and I Node. So all these things are, if I just put some parts of Spring, STS, if I add some parts of Redux, or some database, DynamoDB and MongoDB and blah blah blah. So these are just kind of softwares, applications. You can call them as skills, languages, programming languages. So these are the entire things that's gonna make someone tell you that, oh, he's a full stack developer or she's a full stack developer. But we start saying maybe when it comes to machine learning, forgive me, I'm not quite familiar with what are the exact things that are required in machine learning. So I just understand that with the help of Python and Python libraries, you can do a lot of machine learning stuff. So they come in a, I mean, they define that you are a machine learning enthusiast, or yeah, I mean, you're an ML specialist. I mean, that is your domain. So like this, there could be a lot of it. Like, let's just have a little rating of this maybe. So if I just say, let's say, suppose I want to have the profession. So maybe I can just, like the outputs would be your domain. So these domains could be example, maybe full stack dev, or this could be a devocate like me and Rahul, or your domain could be in what else, quality assurance engineer. So these are the domain. But how do we define it? So we are collecting input, we're capturing this input from user. So where are we capturing them? Just think about it like that. So we just capture those inputs in forms of slots. So let's say there's a slot, that's name of the slot is let's say the name of the slot is maybe skills. Okay, and this this slot type is custom. So the type is custom. So what is the difference between the custom and normal built-in slots? So built-in slots basically are like you have built-in intents, that is the Amazon.es intent or the Amazon.no intent. So we have some built-in slots like you can say names of places, names of cities, names of colors. I mean, more like, you know, a lot. I think Rahul can help you on the chats with all the types of names of what is it called, built-in intent, or some more information. You can always find that out through your developer console. I will show that to you as well. You can have some local names, and a lot of things are present in the custom and in the built-in slots or built-in intents. So, but this is gonna be a custom slot, which means that you're gonna define what are supposed to be the slot values, or what are supposed to be the slot IDs, or what are supposed to be the synonyms. Okay, so you define in here. So just hear me out clearly. So in cases of inbuilt intents, inbuilt slots, they are predefined. But in cases of custom slots, it is you who defines what is supposed to be the ID, value, and synonym for that particular, input that we're trying to capture, or slot. So this slot name is supposed to be skills. So maybe when a user says, when you launch a skill, the user is gonna say, I know Java. Hi Kartike. I know Java. Or he might say, I know Java, JavaScript. So what am I? He might ask, or she might ask. So then Alexa is gonna capture Java or JavaScript. So this is what is gonna get captured and in your slot. So then how this is going to happen, this is going to make a check if this is making the match. So this is what means resolving to it. Maybe I'm not walking in an organized way, but I wanted to have a understanding of this explanation first. Oops, I'm so sorry, but alright, so yeah, I think this is happening because thanks that you pointed that out. My OBS is running into issues. I am unable to make a full display capture. That is the reason why you cannot see, but I can make a change. Just a moment. You can just add another. One moment. Window capture. But yeah, it's gonna look very untidy for the moment. Let me just organize it. Oh, I messed up a lot of things. I just messed up the entire layout. Just a moment. Yeah, actually what happened is today my OBS is giving me a lot of trouble. And just hold on. Yeah, I think it's yeah, can you see my notepad now? Is it visible? Please let me know what you can see. I think oops. My notepad should be visible now. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I wanted to see have you see this. So alright, so yeah, so suppose yeah, so there's gonna be, if there's this Alexa skill where someone wants to great that it's visible. So there's this Alexa skill where someone wants to know what their domain is, so they want an output from Alexa once they tell Alexa about their skills. So if the name of the, this is just an example because I want you to walk through the process. So let's say the name of the slot inside the intent and the utterance that we're gonna have, like when a user says Alexa launch skill finder, okay, and then she's gonna say that what are your skills. So the user is gonna say my skills are, this is the slot. So what the user would say, my skill is, or whatever it is, my skill is Java. So then Alexa's gonna say you are a full stack developer. So what is happening is she's gonna capture this inside of this, and then she's gonna find a match. So there is where synonyms are working as. And then what is the use case of an ID, or the value of, I will show everything to you. I mean the ID or value of that particular slot. So that is responsible for the mapping. Like if you point out, like if you try to extract what is there inside of ID number 2, then we can just, you know, set a custom message that when your slot value, you know, your slot ID is number 1, say, then you're going to give the output as full stack developer. And in number 1, you just, you know, put on Java, JavaScript, and the output is supposed to be full stack developer. So I know it's very loopy right now, couldn't make understand. But yeah, I'll just show you an example. So this is what we're gonna do, like basic things. So now let's head over to maybe, let's take a look at how it exactly looks like. So let's go to the, so we'll be using one of Dabble Labs template today, but before that, I'm gonna remove this, just a moment. Yeah, better. So now you can head over to skilltemplates.com, and in here we have the entity resolution template already. So if you just click on it, and then you can just go and start pushing it. Time flies so soon. It's already so many minutes, 20 minutes already. Yeah, so this is gonna take some moments. By the time you can tell us about how's the Black Friday sale going on out there. Have you got something? And if you have any great deal for me, something that I can buy at a much cheaper rate here in India, of course, through the Amazon.in website. If you have any thoughts, let me know. I'm a gadget freak. If there are silly gadgets, do let me know. Okay, Chuck asks, how is the weather this week? Oh, well, it's pretty cold in here. Yeah, now it's really cold because I'm wearing a jacket, as it has been raining for the past 2 days. We had a cyclone also in India, I think a day or two back. Yeah, it was a disaster, so we had some effects of it in here, so it's cold right now. I think winter is coming in, so yeah. This just takes some time, not really much, it's just some time. Great, so that's deployed. And now if we go to our developer console, we just reload our page, and yeah, so I think that's deployed. So now if we just go to our template, which is just being deployed, we can find out things. So this is it. So before going in directly to the code, let's take a look at the interaction model. So this is a basic template which was created to make you understand the working of slots and the entity resolution thing. So before I just have more examples and hodgepodge your brain, maybe I just explain with this build-up thing. So if you just go to this skill, so this skill, the idea behind the skill is, so as I said that I've been building a service skill today. So it's like, let's say suppose you come to my Dabble Alexa with Sohini every Friday, and I want to send you a form or a survey to capture your emotions or your thoughts about how you like my streams. So you're gonna say a word, like you say she's average, or you say it's awful, you say it's terrible. So, and once you say it's awful, it's gonna say awful is, I think awful is a 1 out of 5 stars. So it's gonna just capture your response, and it's gonna tell you what that word is. I mean, what is the rating of that word? It's gonna rate, you know, the word basis your word, the word you're gonna use. So just take a look at the I am so unorganized. I'm very much unorganized today. But you can just check the happy path. So this is how it's gonna be. So I'm building this survey called basis my previous stream, or maybe basis today's stream. So just gonna say open even survey 6. Then this is what she's gonna tell you. So when you say a word, maybe average or something, then this is the type of response. So do you understand one thing in here? So Alexa's kind of mapping your word average through number 3. So how is that happening? So that is where your I mean, that is where you get to know about, the handling use cases of custom slots. So you add a specific ID to that particular word or name of that. Let's say I will show it to you just a moment. Like if you just check this out. So this is how it's gonna be. This is the rating intent. So when you invoke the skill, this is gonna open up, and the first language that's gonna come is you open the service skill, and then when I'd say you're doing average, or let's pick a word from here. Maybe I'd say you're doing awful. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna go to, so this is the directive, or this is just the JSON, which we can retrieve basis the slots. So what is done in this template is these few words are stitched towards the value 1 and the ID 1. So in our skill, as I said previously, that how are you going to give the user an output? So you want to tell them, so you need to capture this in your skill, and after your word matches that particular name, and then you can give the user an output. The output is this. So you give the user the output 3. So this is the output you're giving away to your user basis the input that you've captured in your slot with respect to the ID and value. So that is how it works. Okay, yeah, just make it full screen for you to see once. Yeah, I think I hope it's visible now. It should be. Yes, I think it's visible now. So is it or maybe I can just increase the size of this, but it should be quite visible. Alright, so that is what is happening in here. It's not that complex, it's kind of easy. You just need to look through your eyes, you just need to see through your eyes and understand the working of it. This is just the workflow of it. So these are the 3 things that we're gonna play with today: the intent, the utterance, and the slots. There are a couple of skills where we use the dialog delegate, where we have multiple input-output exchange in between the customer and Alexa, where you constantly keep asking questions to your customer. If I am Alexa, I would keep making requests to, keep making requests to the customer, and they're gonna give me inputs, and they're gonna get captured in several slots, which could be, and you can have numerous amount of slots in your skills. You can have many intents with many slots, you can have one intent with many slots, so you can have anything. So these are things make sure you have in mind, and so in those cases we need to use the dialog delegate. So it's quite easier when you use dialog delegate. You don't need to write a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna show an example of that as well. So now if we just go once again and check the happy path, so this is the template that is existing in Dabble. I'm gonna run through this for now, and then we're gonna go further with some more examples. So now let's give this skill a try. I think our skill is deployed. Where is my developer console? So now if you so this is the intent. Now if you go to this intent, okay, so this is what the user's gonna say. So this is the slot, okay, for this intent, and these are the utterances. Now when you go to the, this is the name of your slot name, which I said is quite important, and this is the slot type. So here if you check, I was speaking of built-in slot types, so there are a lot of built-in slot types. So Amazon.airline might include the names of all airlines. So it could be Deccan Air, it could be AirAsia, it could be Emirates, or it could be all the airline companies, maybe, I'm not sure, but just giving examples. And this might contain the list of names of all airports. So we have so many, types of slots, and you can use them always. Country, day of week, the city, the region, so much. I think it's pretty fun. I want to dabble around with that as well sometime. So now, this is the intent slot. So we just have one slot in this where we're gonna capture stuff about the sensational words, which could be good, bad, crappy, terrible, terrific, or anything. Now if you just go to slot types and just go to rating, now you can see we have 5 slot values. So this is what I was talking to. This value you see and this ID you see is gonna help us capture these stuff, and that is how we're resolving. These things are gonna help us capture these, and then we're gonna find out if there's a match. Then you can go ahead, otherwise there is no entity resolution match. We'll go through the JSON, how it looks like, but first let us take a look at this. So if someone says awful, then Alexa's gonna say, I think that's the rating for it as 1. If someone says it's good, then 4 is gonna be the rating that's gonna come out as response. So yeah, this is what you're doing in here. So you can just keep adding more and more values in here. So I'm not sure how many of you have come along in my previous streams, but I discussed about the money heist skill that I built. So that consists of the slot values and so many slots. That is so many slots, because I think all the characters have got many names. If you just look at the professor of Money Heist, he's got so many names. His name was Sergio, his name was The Professor, and his original name. Unfortunately, I'm not aware of his original name. So anyway, I just keep jumping to so many topics, but just giving you an example of what it is. So I will maybe, just give an example of that as well. So these are the values and IDs, and you can add another synonym to this, and the synonym need not to be the exact synonym of a word. It could be you can just have you can say fancy phrase, let's say just like sarcasm. So when it's 1, if I had to say it is equivalent, or I can just write equivalent to, let me just equivalent to what is something bad? Let's say equivalent to ghosts. But I'm not scary, of course, I'm not scary. So this is a phrase. You can add this to synonyms. So what I'm trying to say is it need not to be a synonym. You can have a sarcastic phrase, or you can have a phrase that points out to that particular thing. Like most of the cities, like there is this place in our country, it's Jaipur. We call it the Pink City. So you can just add that to the synonym of that particular name or value ID. So that is what I want to explain. So I'm not gonna add that because I'm not a ghost and I'm not that bad. So alright, so these are 5. I think in builds we have 5 values, and I'm not gonna increase it more. So now let's go ahead. So I think, are we clear so far? Just give me a message on the comments if you're clear so far. We just spoke about slot types, we spoke about slots, utterances, built-in and custom slots, and just a few basics of entity resolution. Hey Stuart, yeah, you just have missed the fun part where I was just bluffing around, trying to give you all a better example, but I couldn't maybe. So we are just dabbling together. If you have any thoughts on entity resolution, do leave me a message out there on the chats. And if you have any more questions, you can ask that as well. So now let's go to the, let me just change the invocation name to, what was it? What was building? Event Survey 6. So let's just name it as Event Survey 6. Now let's build this. I mean, it's fine if you just don't, maybe. I just do these silly things just to have a better example of understanding. So now we'll move to the code. I think that's quite important. We understand the coding part. So I think we're clear what slot name, slot type, value, ID, and what else? Resolution. But we're gonna check authority. That is important. Authority is a very major part. I'm just picking up words so that you never forget them. And yeah, this just takes some time to build. Alrighty, now let's go to code and we can have a look at this. Great, so now this is the code. So this is the launch handler. So just a very basic question. Like, how would you describe our business? So just a small thing. If you want a short tutorial of this entire thing I'm trying to cover in the stream, you can just go and check the tutorial out there, which Steve created. He's in, he has created a couple of videos for that. Maybe Rahul can share a link to that. That is very handy because in streams I mostly interact with you and try to get things down the line. Just my main idea to do these in streams is just to engage with you all and bring some life to the templates and just keep up tiptoe. So, but of course, if you want to learn quicker, then you can just follow the tutorial. This is just a coffee time we're having right now. So this is the part where I would like to change it a bit. So what is the one word you would use to describe Sohini's? I'll just write Sohini's Dabble, or maybe Sohini streams. Just something, I just thought about this. This is something that came in mind. You can have a welcome speech in here, or you can have a separate variable for a welcome speech, and you can just keep it for the new users and not the returning users. You can just write in here, just welcome to survey, event survey 6. Let's just say event survey 6 or something. You know, I'm not just having a lot of English words in my head right now. So I'm just doing whatever is coming in my head right now. So with one word, how would you describe Sohini stream? So this is the reprompt, just in case the user doesn't respond correctly, or just if there's some delayed response or something, then this is gonna pop up. Cozy. So yeah, just because we're using the tilde, this is not giving up errors, but of course if you're using normal codes, then you're gonna give a slash in here, so it's gonna throw an error. So that's it. So in using this, you can just have things displayed, but I don't think that's required right now. Now let's come to the rating indent handler. So here if you see, so first it's gonna capture the response that you're giving. And hi Shivam, hi, and yeah, thanks Stuart, thanks Jack, I'm just trying to do my best. Alright, so the rating intent handler. So here firstly your response gets captured, and after that you are just in case you're suppose you say something and that doesn't match the synonyms, or that is not similar to, you know, so So just hear me out carefully. Like when you are doing entity resolution in a static manner, you're hard coding all the synonyms. But now we have dynamic entities, right? So over there, you can have the, like you have certain triggering behaviors. You can update and do stuff. But I'm not going to go in that context today because it's gonna pull a lot of time in my stream today. So yeah, like what in the synonyms, suppose you just come up with a word that is not existing in the synonyms, then this is going to be no, like it's gonna seem not sure what that means. Or could I say that another way? So we can maybe have, I mean, that's gonna be the status code. Please correct me if I say something wrong because now I'm getting confused. I'm just keeping on speaking and speaking. So that happens, I think, or maybe that just happens with me. So then we create a variable. So this is the important part. So this get slot value is something that's new now, and that's already in both. So we don't need to create a function manually for retrieving the slot value. It's already present. So you can just do this, and this is gonna capture the value of your rating. So I would like to show this. If you just go in here, of course when we run the skill you'll have a view of it on the JSON model, but maybe I want to show it in here. Hi Divyansh, thanks for joining in. Yeah, now if you just go to slots and rating, you see value in here. So this is what it is. So this is what it's capturing. So now that's one part where we're gonna capture that in here. It's in the rating slot. So like just look at this sentence. So this is what it's gonna be. Now when you just check, like now you're gonna check if that exists. So inside of the resolution, we're gonna start from the very beginning. So resolutions per authority. So authority is, you know what authority is in here? So when I run the skill, you'll be able to see again that in the, so maybe why not just run the skill? I am so stupid. I think that's an easier way to understand, and then we can come back to the code. I promise I'll walk you through the code. I'll not go before that. So let's just turn this on and yeah, so now just let's say event. Okay, I will not make the same mistake again. It's a big invocation name. What was it? What was the event? What was it? Oops, it's event survey 6. Event survey 6. Hey Atharv. Okay.
What is one word you'd use to describe our business?
Oops, I didn't deploy it. That's why this gave me this. Let's say great. I'm not sure if great is added as a synonym to that.
I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, so
could you say that another way?
So this is what I wanted to explain. So this is not included in the synonym set. So I want to show that to you. So if you just go to your slot types, go to rating. Can you find out great anywhere? It's not in there. Okay, so maybe I can add great to this part, to number 5, to rating number 5, that is 5-star. Or maybe I can just add another 6, which is great, the ultimate. So once we add, maybe I would like to set up something. So let's set this ID to be 6, and let's just make it great. Is there outstanding? Oh, it's there already. Yeah, let's just make it great. And in this, if you just go below, so this couldn't understand. Now you remember in the code, we had a place where this was written. I'm not sure what that means. Could you say that another way? So the entity resolution couldn't find a match in your set of values that is in these synonyms. So that's why it gave out this prompt. So now if you check the JSON, it's quite clear in here. This is the status code. ER success, which is, and there is no match. So this code failed. I mean, it didn't fail. This is just the output for this. So now maybe we can just try this out once again. I think I haven't deployed this part, so let's just deploy it. And yeah, and authority is the name of the custom slot. That is what is authority. So I just want to say it from beforehand so that I can explain to you a small thing. So when you go to intent, and then you go to rating intent, and so this is it. This is what is authority. This is what authority maps to. Yes. So now I would like to show that to you, because it's important you understand what authority is. Then we can go to resolutions per authority. So where is authority? It was just in here. Yeah. This part. Just look at this part. Can you see this? It's in here. So when we mean resolution per, yes, you're right, Shubham. I can add it in switch case. I have to add it because otherwise it's not gonna give me a output. That's a good thing. I'm so happy that you pointed that out. So I'm gonna add that. But I'm glad that you are just getting the flow that I'm trying to explain. So yes, if I wouldn't have added it, it would have given me a response if I had tried it out now. So let's come back to authority. I want you to understand this part. So authority captures all the values that you have inside of your slot type, which is rating. It could be a custom slot. As I said, you have two types of slots. So when we just do this, this part of the code, resolutions per authority, and we're setting the value to 0. So inside of this authority, we have the ratings from 1 to 6 now. So it's gonna iterate from 0 and start checking. So that's what is gonna happen inside of, resolutions per authority. That is what it means. So I just want to add case 6 in here, and I will just make it case 6. Sorry for the bad noises I'm giving you for my microphone, because I can't handle myself sometimes. Alright, on a scale of, okay, so I need to change all these 5s. So I can just, I don't know how many 5s we have in here. Let's check. Yes, I can just replace all the 5s to, on a scale of 1 to 6. All. On a scale of 1 to 6, we think this word, like great, is a 6. So the word that you are giving out to Alexa for me, my streams, is gonna get captured inside a rating slot, and the rating value is getting stored inside of rating. So here, if you just see the ID, I'm so sorry, the ID. This is the ID. Where is it? Where'd it go? Hello, just one moment. This one. This is getting stored inside of this, and it's getting displayed in here. So that is the entire workflow. And after that, we don't have anything. It's just make sure you export it properly. And this is the very basics code. So I'm going to deploy this and try with 6. I will try 6 today. I am great. Okay, so I need to, oh my god, I need to refresh it. Maybe my changes didn't get saved. Oopsie. Just give me a moment. I don't know why this happened. I have so many accounts. I think we are about to be an hour, so I need to let me see if it got changed to 6. I need to change all the 5s to, actually I need to make this in here. Let's change it to 6 in here, and let's just change it to, yeah, all the 5s. Let's just go and type 5, and then let's just do the 6, and let's replace all of it, and that's it. We think, yeah, thanks again for your feedback, and you can just have some more writing in here. I think Sohini is a is a superstar. All right, just trying to make it funny. No other intentions. Okay, so now I deploy it in here. It's getting deployed. Yeah, I mean the deployer console is so bad. It just, I will not use that word in here. But of course, yeah. But it is good even. I think there are pros and cons of everything. That's one good way to stay protected. Of course, security issues. So that's one good thing, I think. Yeah, I think lots of APIs just time out. One day or once again in a stream someday, I'm gonna share one of my experience in API that put me to trouble for a week or 2. I want to share that story with you all very soon. Okay, yeah, it has an ID of 2 at the most. Which has an ID of 2 at the most? Did I miss something? I'm not sure if I built this model. Maybe I just built it. No, I think I just built it. Let me just write a open event survey 6. Now let us check.
Welcome to Event Survey 6. What is one word you'd use to describe Sohini's streams?
Yeah, I am great. It's gonna give me 6. I'm gonna get
Thanks so much. On a scale of 1 to 6, we think great is a 6. That tells us we need to keep doing what we're doing. Thanks again for your feedback.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Oh, I see Chuck just gave the console a rating. I think I would give a 1. Because I think there was a test button on the console a few days back. Test even button on the left top. I think Stuart noticed it too. I found a tweet he mentioned on Twitter. And hopefully the community has removed it. Yeah, I think Shubham agrees to it as well. Okay, now let's just have a look at the JSON, because now it's important that we check it. So this was the intent, and then we are just going in the slots. Name of the slot is rating. This is it, and the value that I just passed is great. The value is why is the value great in here? Because it's getting mapped to 6. So that is what happens. That is the entire idea of entity resolution. It's to map synonyms. So we just map synonyms to a respective value, and we are trying to extract the value in our lambda function, that is the index.js, and then we're trying to just give the user a fancy output using a switch statement. I think the use case of switch, the switch case in here is quite good. I mean, even if you're building some other type of skill, you can use the switch case. So I think it's already an hour. I have just 4 minutes. I want to share something as well, another skill. But before that, can you maybe 1 second? I will just. But before that, okay, just maybe I run through that skill. So this was basically Rahul's idea, which I tried to enlighten today in today's stream, but of course it would have been would not have been possible for me to explain and just write down the code as well. So this is, just ignore the name nearest airport. I was trying to capture, output the name of the nearest airport with respect to your destination point, but I couldn't make that happen. So this code consists of 2 slots. One is the from city and the other is to city. So let's say, oops, my mouse, yeah. So let's just say open travel today. I know I'm rushing, please forgive me for that.
Hey, welcome to Travel Today. Where are you leaving from?
Let's say Bangalore. Okay, this call might give me a glitch. There's something.
Okay, where are you planning to go?
I'm planning to go to Kolkata. So that's a state in our country.
This will be fun. Your trip from Bangalore to Kolkata is confirmed.
Yay! So this is something that I wanted to of course I participated. It was Rahul's idea to help you understand the functioning of the skill. So this skill, it basically uses 2 slots. Let's take a look at the JSON editor. So this is the name of my intent, and I have 2 slots in here. One is the to city slot and the other is the from city slot. So I have used a custom slot because I think most of the states in our country, just as I was explaining the previous stream skill, it's quite similar to it, almost similar to it. So I just set the value to KL and the ID to 2. So I haven't manipulated the skill anymore. Maybe you can do that. So you can maybe now, using the switch case, and this is again you can do it. It's just an idea. I think the main motive behind all these streams is to exchange ideas. Hey Nicole, yeah, that doesn't matter. Once you tune in with our streams, nothing's long gone, because we just keep hopping every Friday and we just try to have a coffee time chat. So you can join us. We can have fun. Yeah. So we have 2 slots that captures from and to. So now, with the help of the we can extract in our code in the lambda function the ID of our departure destination, which is Bangalore. And with the help of that and a switch case, we can just say what is the nearest airport. So that is what is the use case of this code. Just a basic example to help you understand. So for this I have used dialog delegate because it's quite easier using dialog delegate. And just if you go to the build of the skill and you just oh my god, I spoke so much today, my voice hurts. But of course, I think, let me know if it was valuable, because I am now taking a survey from you. You can write to me how was today's episode. Alright, so now we just go to places. This is the slot type. So I have given, so this is how I just created it. So as you can see, this is oh, I haven't, okay, this is Kerala. So Kerala is one of the state in India. So this is to all the people who are based outside of India. So it's a good learning as well. Geography. These are some of the states of our country. So this state has got so many names that I could Google out and find out. So what if the user said, I want to travel from the land of trees? So Alexa would capture this as Kerala. So that is one plus point of having the custom slots. You can customize them as well you want. So these are it, and if you just go to the interaction model inside of the travel today intent, I have used 2 slots. One is to city and from city. I've used the same slot type for both of them. And when I go to city, I have used a dialogue directive. So with the help of that, I can just have prompts And if I go to slot confirmation, Alexa is gonna just confirm, are you sure you want to go to this city? So that is just it. Alrighty, I think I just covered up too much today. And one small thing that I was picking up initially in the beginning, let me just open that at once. It is so difficult for me to transfer my mouse to the second screen always. It's pathetic actually. So I think you can see my notepad right now. Of course you can. So this skill, you can build a skill, of course, if you want to. I'm not forcing you, but yeah, it's just to, you know, if you just want to take a flavor of it. These are all similar kind of skills. These are basics. You can just make it a robust one. And I'm looking forward to building a robust skill in front of you someday, but not on Fridays, because this time I spent to build this community and bring you closer with some chit chats. So we can have some longer hours someday, and we can just build some robust skills with a lot of time. Well, this is the skill that I wanted to. I think now the skill makes sense. So these are gonna be the this is gonna be the outputs that we're gonna give through the sweat statements with respect to the values of each skills. So yeah, that's it. Maybe JavaScript could be in the value number, let's say it could be value number 1, and when we say value number 1, we mean it is a full stack developer. So that is what I wanted to mean for this example. So I think we're now quite clear with the slots, and just a moment. Yeah, I think now we're quite clear with slots and entities and all the other stuff that you could ever have. So I guess that's all for today, guys, and do not leave. I have some points to make. So I would love if you can just let me know how you felt about today's episode, because I think I love to spend time with you on every Friday, and now I'm planning to come more frequently on the streams. If you support that thought, to let me know, because I come here for you, so it's important that you let me know what you like. And do not forget to join our Discord channel. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share the YouTube channel, and try to share tweets and try to share your ideas, thoughts everywhere. We're gonna retweet it, we're gonna share it in our socials, and stay connected, and just speak out whatever you feel right about templates it is, because template is the future of the voice first world. Let's make it easier for all the people out there, and we are gonna come up with amazing features for you in the upcoming months. So it's important that you try to come along, see us, and have cups of coffees with us in every streams that we do, because we're planning great stuff for you. So stay tuned, and that's all for today. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great rest of the day. Happy Black Friday sale to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving and happy winter. That's all. Bye.